Hi, it's Jennifer with Junky Junk Journals. I'm back with another collection of junk journals, Christmas journals. I made 5 in the collection, and they are all the same except the fabric and the little decoration on the cover, and then the decorations inside. But they are all the same, and I will go through all of them. We'll speed up that part, or I'll put it to music, but we'll go through one in detail and I can explain things. But like I said, they're all the same. So one signature fabric journal that I used made it with an envelope. So it's very squishy. And I got it wrapped in this cute polka dot sari. They each have one that goes, with the color. And then this pink one is the only one that I did these beads on the spine because I didn't have the patience to do any more. Between stabbing my fingers and having too many beads, having too less beads, it was a little too much for me. So I just did one. The others are just regular thread. So this is the only one that has the beads on the side. And inside the journals, I used a napkin. And so the outside, it has a nice sharp edge. And the inside, I left the napkin raw. So it's going to fray, and there's going to be the strings coming out. And then inside each journal has the corresponding pocket that matches the fabric on the inside. And then inside is a little envelope with some goodies. A little pin here with a snowflake charm, and a vintage card. So each journal is going to have the same layout with a vintage envelope or a vintage Christmas card. And then I used the Christmas Ideals books for the pages, and then the digitals, I forget the name, but they're very mid-century vibe, mid-century modern vibe designs with the colors and the fonts and the designs. And I think that was the only digitals that I used was from this shop, and I'll have the information below. Here's a used Christmas card that I left open. I made it into a pocket, but I left it open so you could flip it all up and write inside. And then here in the pocket is a little notebook with some blank pieces of coffee stained papers. The music paper, and then here's some more of the Christmas Ideals magazine. They're full of poems and, Christmas pictures. It's digital. And this is from a magazine, Good Housekeeping magazine, I believe. I had a couple, Good Housekeeping, maybe McCall's vintage Christmas magazines. And then this is Christmas, vintage Christmas paper. I actually have this in my shop as a digital download. So you can, this is the original, but I scanned it in the computer, and then you can use it. You can print it out and use it in your journals. Digital copied there. And this is the coffee ink stained paper that I ink and stamped on and used gesso. Here's a tag that I made. I used, I think it's like sparkle texture paste. And then I backed it with paper and a little tail there. And then this is a coloring sheet or some kind of image. Magazine from the Saturday Evening Post magazine. Grid paper. And then this is from like a Sears catalog of the reproductions. And then this is from a kids like nursery rhyme book. I took this and made a pocket out of it. And some texture paste there. A fabric pocket with stamp on it. Some tinsel trim. A vintage envelope, the star embellishment. And then ledger paper, more magazine paper or magazine pages. And then this is piano music roll. And then all the signatures and all the journals have their center signatures like this. The Merry Christmas page. And that's just attached with washi tape. Vintage postcard. And a Coca-Cola Santa playing card. I love this trim, very tinsely. And here I've taken the inside of a greeting card. This is the image, and then on the back I backed it with Tim Holtz paper and a vintage photo, and you can remove it from the photo corners and then just pop it back in or pop something else back in. Here's another vintage postcard. And then here's another card also that just opens up for some journaling there. A receipt. And then the back of the book. And all these journals are available in the Etsy shop. All the links are below. And enjoy all the other journals. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you very much. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.